to maneuver what's happening in your body so that it works with the life that you're living. So it's So in order to give you an idea of the dynamism of energy medicine, Mindvalley's invited about a dozen people here to be our audience. And the audience, in part, is there so that we can do demonstrations with them, so you can see how this works. So you can see energy medicine in action.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate energy. And I'm going to invite somebody up in the audience to come on up here who would like to see energy work on you. Okay, come on up. Okay, David, I'm going to move you out of the way. And now tell me your name.
Elise.
Elise, okay. What I'm going to do with Elise is I'm going to energy test her. And energy testing is a great biofeedback tool to let you know what's going on in the body. It's, well, I'll just talk about it as I do it. I'm going to have her put her arm up like this with no fist, because this is not a muscle test. I'm checking to see if the energy will go all the way out her arm. I'm going to push down and she's going to push up, okay? And that's, what is that, about maybe 2 seconds, second and a half. It's a short amount of time, but it's enough for me to see that I can't push her arm down. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you back a little bit. Is this going to work? Okay. This will work as long as I'm in her auric field, okay? So I'm going to come down here, just travel up her body to her head and down and around, and I'll explain what I did in a minute. Now do the same thing. You push up with all your might, but this time I'm going to use only one finger. So you'll see that I'm not overpowering her. And that will happen with every single person in the world, because our energies are electromagnetic. So if you align your energies up with somebody else's, you will move their energy. Now, what I just did was I traced a meridian backwards so that it took energy out of the flow. Now I'm going to come back here, and as long as I'm on the edge of her aura, it will work. Because her aura is also electromagnetic. So I'm going to trace from underneath her eyes to the bottom of her cheekbone, up around her face, down through her body, all the way down and off the second toe. Now I want to tell you, I could feel that. You can really feel that when you do it. Now I'm really pushing now, so that you can see that, what I did was, that time I traced the energy forward, and it's like I had a magnet in my hand, and her energy just followed, and it gave her strength. And so it's a wonderful thing for everybody to learn how to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Was that understandable to you? Yes? Okay. All right, how about somebody in the audience come up who might feel a little tired or a little off? Anybody? Jump up. Okay, I got her. She's here. Okay. Yes, okay. So, yes, okay, yes. So give us your name.
Deborah.
Deborah, okay. Hold your arm up real strong, Deborah, and I'm gonna, so she's nice and weak to begin with, okay? So I'm gonna bring you over here, and let me see. Okay, now I want you just to walk backwards, Deborah. Okay, stop. Deborah is very strong going backwards, but going forward, Deborah is nice and weak. And that happens to all of us. I'm going to move you over. That happens to all of us when we get tired, or if we've taken on too many projects, or we're dividing ourselves up between too many things and too many people, and you lose your rhythm, and your meridians literally flip around and go backwards. And so when you walk forward, you're not in alignment with your energies anymore, so that you start losing energy as you move through your day. That makes sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to show you something. Now I want everybody in the audience, and in both audiences to come to their collarbone. I'll let you do it for yourself. Come to your collarbone and come to the corner here. See, if you follow that bone and come to the corner, you'll come to that knob. Then drop underneath the knob, okay? And you're on 2 points. It's usually a little bit of an indent. And if you need it, it hurts a little bit. Yes?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and sometimes it hurts more on one side than the other side, and that's because we tend to get lopsided also as we go through our day and have stresses. So if one side hurts, that's just information. You want to know that information. So we're going to massage them both. Okay, now Deborah, I want you just to walk to the end there to the rug and then come back. Just walk forward. Walk that way forward, walk to me forward, and we're going to see what happened to you. Yes.
Very different.
Yeah, that's very good. Now I'm going to tell you what happened. These points are called K27. They're the 27th point on kidney meridian, and they flip the meridians around. It's like, it's a wonderful tool that, evolution gave to us. We have these tools already. It's not like I figured them out and, I made them up or anything like that. They've been with us since the beginning of time, but we lost them somewhere along the way, and we're refinding them. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So you want to remember this, K27. You can also, if you find them and you massage them a little bit, you can also tap them. And they're a great thing to do, like if you're going to walk into a situation and you know that you're a little off, boy, immediately do K27.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, now isn't that interesting? Why would it be that when Deborah walked forward, she was weak, but when she walked backward, why would she be strong? How could that be? And it actually shows you something about how the energy body is designed. The way the energy body is designed is that these pathways that Donna talks about as meridians, using the term from Chinese medicine, there are 14 major energy flows. Half of them go up the body, half of them go down the body. And we are designed so that when we walk, when we run, when we swim, when we do the kinds of activities that our ancestors did, it is good for us. It is like massaging your energy body. The direction of the flow of the meridians is coordinated with the movement of the muscles so that it has that positive effect. But nature had a design problem. How to let you know that it's time to rest before you drop. Nature couldn't send you a text or an email, had to figure out a way to signal to you. And the way it works is very interesting. These 14 meridians have a specific direction that is aligned with your muscles and your anatomy, but when you reach a certain level of being tired long before you're exhausted, those meridians reverse their direction. They all go in the opposite direction. So now when you walk or do any of your regular activities, you're going against the flow. You get it? Now it's like draining you real fast. You can override it, but your body is now telling you it's time to rest. Now it's a brilliant system if you live according to your body clock. You're tired, you rest. But many of us live according to this kind of clock, don't we? And so what happens is that we're out of rhythm with our bodies, with our energies. And what energy medicine does, many things, but one of the things that it does is it gives you tools to get your energies into harmony with your lifestyle. Get your energies in harmony with your lifestyle. How great is that? To be able to maneuver what's happening in your body so that it works with the life that you're living. So it's 3 o'clock, you're at work, you're dragging, you're pushing through, you know that feeling. And so you find these points. Let's find them again. Find your collarbone, come towards the middle. Before you reach the center, there are little knobs for most people. Everybody's anatomy is a little differently, but for most people, there's a little knob at the end. Before you get to the center, you're going to drop under the knob, and for most people, there's a soft spot. That's These are the K27 points. These are the points that you want to massage. And these points work when you massage them hard.
Yes.
Okay, they don't work if you massage them softly. There's other points that you just hold in energy medicine, but these, you massage them really hard and breathe, always breathe. And the standard breath in energy medicine is in through your nose and out through your mouth. And Donna will explain that later. But in through your nose and out through your mouth. Then you're ready to face your day. So, does that mean now that you know these points, that you never have to sleep again? No, it's not that powerful, but it is powerful, and it helps you get your energies into harmony with your lifestyle.
Now, I want to say and show something that I was noticing in this audience in front of us. I saw 3 people who weren't shifting that energy very much. And I think that since you are out there and not in this audience, you might need to know this because this is important. Now, I could pick you. Yes, come on up, and I'll show you. I'm going to move you out of the way.
Before we do that, I just want to say when Donna said I could see, what did that mean? And what that meant is that Donna, from early childhood, has been able to see the body's energies. And that is a gift that she has, and she always is a little squeamish about me telling people that she has it because she doesn't want to give the message that you have to be able to see energy to be effective with this work. Because she's created a career around teaching people that don't see energy how to work effectively with their energies. But for her, it not only is something that she has always been able to see, it's something her mother was able to see. And that's part, and what Donna believes is that we all can see energy, but very early as infants, we're learning so much, and what the culture doesn't reinforce gets lost. And so that never develops in most people. But for her and for her siblings who are not in this work, all 3 are able to see energy. Her brother is a redneck, so he doesn't talk about it in bars, but he still sees it. And they talk about that. Donna was in her 20s before she realized that everyone didn't see energy. She thought everyone did. Her mother did, her siblings did. Of course, how else would you know who to trust? And so much information comes in from seeing that. But it was only when she was healing herself that she realized that she could use that ability in a healing manner. So it's been a very interesting journey how she's related to her ability to see energies. But it's very handy in looking over an audience and saying, that technique didn't work for you. Let's figure out why.
Okay, thank you. I really want you to know that you are learning a language. Energy is the language that your body speaks. And it's a language that every person in this world can learn and speak. And when I have been in less advanced technological cultures, many people in those cultures already know it because they were raised with it. I also want to say what my husband said about me seeing energy. I have seen people who are studying in this for a long time. Their senses always start opening up. And maybe it won't be seeing energy, but it may be feeling or hearing. I've known people who can taste the energy, but many people start to see the energy. And so you reclaim it when you start doing this dance with energy. Okay, now, what we spoke of before and what I demonstrated before was K27, that if you massage them or tap them, they will flip the energies around and go forward, and you're in sync with your energy. But I'm just going to show you come on up here and tell everyone your name.
It's Marquet.
Okay, Marquet, I'm going to energy test you. She just walked to the side of the room, and it didn't help her. So when something doesn't work, it doesn't mean that the technique doesn't work. It may mean that something is blocking it, something else is going on, or in Marquet's case, Marquet, did you massage as hard as I did?
No. my God.
See what you've been doing wrong? Yeah. Yeah. But now watch, Marquet, walk to me. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you remember
Thank you.
that.
I
Okay, all right. All right, now we know Marquet is strong to begin with, I think. Okay, now I'm just going to come here and massage these lightly. Da, da, da. Okay, and now hold with all your might. You really have to go deep on K27, okay? Because it does the opposite. It's as if you were going against your flow again. And these are not just for kidney, 27th point on kidney meridian, it's the juncture point for all the meridians in the whole body. So you want to be able to really reach them, okay? Now you do it yourself and see if you can get it. You're on great points, but you're not quite on them. Let's see, wait a second. Let's see, Marquet. Right there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that's the
okay,
points.
okay. Really deep. That's good, that's good. Yes, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Now, I'm going to ask, is anybody here feeling ungrounded? Well, all right. Come on up. Did you fly here?
Yes.
Where did you fly from?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona. So sometimes when you're in a flight, you can get very ungrounded. You know, you've been off of planet Earth for quite some time and you get ungrounded. So you need some simple tools to get grounded. I'm going to do a simple one for you, okay? Let's see, you hold your arm real strong. You're strong. Now I'm going to come down to your second toes. And I'm just going to push in on them. I didn't push hard, I didn't hurt you, but boing. The reason why that shows up is because what I am testing is stomach meridian. And it's a meridian that travels from your, right underneath your eyes and goes all the way down and off your second toe. It also grounds you into the earth. Stomach meridian is an earth element, okay, on earth element. All the meridians belong to the elements. So stomach belongs to earth, and it's an easy one to test whether you are grounded or not. And you are not. So we're going to see what we can do to stomach meridian at the other end of the meridian to see if it'll go down your feet. So here's what we're going to do. And anybody out there who needs, everybody do it, okay? All right, we're going to tap your cheekbones and tap it with some pressure. If you're too kind, it's the same thing like K27. That's good. Okay, and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Into your nose and out through your mouth. Now, I wonder if you can even tell if you think you are or not. You think you did it? You look different. Okay, now I'm going to come down to your toes again and go boing and see. Yes, all right, that's good. That is so simple. Throughout this class, I'm going to show you different things that will ground you. But that's so simple. You know, you need to be grounded fast. Something's coming up, and you can just do it as you walk in the door. You can do all of these things as a part of your life, and it will really, really help. You do look more present. Okay, all right, the next thing, okay, I'm going to show you the thing that happens to me periodically, and I don't believe I ever get on a stage to teach without doing this one first. So I want to know, I can just choose one of you, or I can say, I'm going to choose you. Okay, and we're going to need a chair too, but all right. Yeah, here's this chair, David. Okay, I'm just going to put it, you don't get to sit down yet. So, all right, so do we have a book here? I need a book. All right, is it good? Okay, what I want you to do, first I'm going to see if you're nice and strong. Yes, you're strong. So what I want you to do is just open the book anywhere you want, hold the book with this hand, and I'm going to energy test with that hand. And what I want you to do is read out loud.
Silence is the bountiful source of our
That's
sensing,
one finger,
our
everybody.
self, and
All your
creation
might. Keep
with
reading.
newfound clarity and intimacy.
So that is a test. I mean, anything she would try to do in a linear way, she would lose her energy because her energy is not aligned up with reading, for instance. So, but we're going to show something fun with you before we fix you, okay? All right, David.
Yeah, so, so what we're demonstrating here is when your energies get scrambled, when they start crossing over in ways that are different from how you're designed, it makes it harder to function at your best. So we've kind of shown that that's what's going on with you, and we'll show you how to fix it in a little while, but we're going to take a detour. And the detour is to show how one person's energies impact another person. And so we're going to need 4 volunteers from the audience to come up and come on up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to get a baseline, I'm going to energy test each of you. And we'll be learning how to do energy testing later in the program, but for right now, the only 2 things you need to know are when you do an energy test, you make sure that the person's arm has not been injured or compromised in any way, so you don't hurt it further, and so you get an accurate test. And the second thing is that I'm going to ask you in a moment to put your arm out and to push up as I push down, okay? So we're going to do that with each of you. So give me a good arm, and nice and strong. Very strong. Very strong. Good. So everybody's starting out really strong. Now, tell us your name.
Sophie.
Sophie is going to read to you, and we're just going to see what happens.
So you're just going to face them, open the page anywhere you want, and start reading. Just keep reading out loud so that they can hear.
One of the ways we enter the delusion of silence is to do it in all ourselves, to put all the effort of our will into trying to make the experience happen, or to think that practice.
Oh, you wiped them out, Sophie.
I did.
Yes, you did. You did. And that's exactly what happens to all of us when our energies have gotten scrambled and we're trying to reach somebody or say something or listen or be present or whatever it is. You would not be able to convince any of them of anything right now. but that's really important to get that it's also just an energetic, like our energy so affects everybody else's that if you fix yourself, then you don't even have to fix them. So we're going to fix you, okay? And David?
Okay, so the 4 of you will just kind of scoot over here, and you just kind of wait and watch.
And we do not want you guys to do this exercise, okay? But all of you, it would behoove you all to do this exercise.
And you out there at home, this is one of the first exercises that we're showing that you can do. And it's a little complex, but
okay.
Follow Donna.
So you're going to sit up straight on your chair, maybe on the edge, it's a little bit easier. Take the right foot and put over the left knee. Take the left hand and put it around your ankle. Take your right hand and put it around the bottom of your feet. Now you're going to face forward. You're going to take a deep breath
And
in.
I'm going to interrupt, okay? Because sometimes a person cannot get into this position.
Yes.
And that happens occasionally. And so it's nice to have an alternative way to do it. And Titania, one of Donna's daughters, who is right here on the set with us, and who you'll see later, is going to do the alternative way of doing it. So you come here, and so if you can get in this position, follow Donna. If you can't get into that position, follow Titania.
Okay, so again, cross your hands right here at the ankle, right at your wrists, and put one hand around the bottom of your feet, the other around your ankle. Now you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and kind of lift your body when you go. Go. And then collapse. Now put your leg down and put your left over your right, and your right hand around your ankle, left hand around the bottom of your feet, and do the same breathing. Go. Now put your legs down, and now put your fingers together in a kind of cathedral position and put your thumbs to your third eye. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now as you let your breath out, bend your fingers into your forehead. Push in hard and pull across all the way to the temples and let them go. Okay. All right, now, Sophie, right?
Yes.
Sophie. First, we're going to check you out and see if you can read and not lose your energy.
Silence is palpable. It is a kind of subtle substance.
Yeah, you are very strong. So now the real test, however, is these folks coming back. We're going to see what your energy does to them now. And they didn't do the exercise, so we're going to see if your energy is strong enough to actually make them strong, because they were weak.
You've read the book.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so it'll be the same test as before, as Sophie reads to you.
We think we can find silence by being quiet for a while, going inward, getting back in touch with ourselves, disengaging for a time from all of the pressures and tension of life. It's limited.
Okay, you healed them. And that's a really important thing to grasp, that when you are healed, you heal the people around you because you give out good energy and it doesn't confuse them. I'm sure everybody has been with, I don't know, in some situation or another where maybe a friend or anybody, and you found yourself losing your energy. That has a lot to do with it because that other person's energy might be scrambled. So it's really a good one to do whenever you feel like you're not connecting with somebody, or maybe you've got to give a presentation, or maybe you've got to teach a class, whatever. Do that exercise. Thank you, Sophie. Okay, and you, yeah, you're all healed. Okay.
The name of this exercise is the Wayne Cook posture. It's named after a man named Wayne Cook whose specialty was to work with stutterers. And what he found was that this exercise, by unscrambling the energies in the brain, then allowed him to move forward to use other exercises that would be much more effective. And it turns out that that's true for all kinds of energy work. If you do this, get your energies unscrambled, everything else works better. We have a number of comments about what you just saw, but one of them that I want to emphasize is the way that Titania showed an alternative, that every exercise, every technique that Donna has can be adapted for people that are physically challenged. And that's very important because a lot of people come to this work for healing. And there are so many different kinds of physical challenges that we can't talk about each one and what the alternatives are, but if you can get the principle of the exercise, you can figure out a way to do it. So I just wanted to emphasize that as a bottom line for everything else we do. And you want to say something?
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because it is very true. I have never found a single person, no matter what their condition or ailment, that couldn't find a way to do something. You can shift it to make it work for you. And so yeah, that was a very good thing to say. I want to say that exercise is amazing. I can't say enough for it. I grew up very dyslexic. Both my daughters were dyslexic. And that is the exercise that really turned things around for me. But more than that, I couldn't make healing really work for me enough until I wasn't scrambled anymore. Because when you do healing on somebody, you want the energy to hit its mark. You want the healing energy to really do what you want it to do. And if a person is scrambled, or maybe their energies are running backwards, whatever it is, you want to straighten that out first, because then the energy will do what you want it to do. For myself, that's the exercise that I needed to do to overcome multiple sclerosis. And it was, I mean, once I did that exercise and started doing that regularly to build a habit in my body so I didn't immediately scramble, everything's changed, and I started getting well faster and faster and faster and faster.
It wasn't like that exercise cured her multiple sclerosis, but what it did was it opened a doorway.
Yes.
So that then she could work with other energy systems in her body effectively. It's a very serious illness, and it takes a lot of sophistication to figure out quite how to work with it, but there's certain basics that you'll be learning in the early parts of this class that are essential. And one of them is that if your energies are scrambled, then that acts like static that keeps all the rest of the exercises from working as well.
Yes.
Okay, another thing about that demonstration is the way one person's energies affected another. And that's so critical, that we have these energy bodies, which we'll talk about more later, that do impact other people. And so when you're scrambled and you're running a staff meeting, or you're giving a talk, or you're teaching a class, that's affecting your performance. That's affecting your performance. That's affecting the way that other people are going to respond to you. So if you can get your energy so they're balanced, that is going to impact how you're received. And we technically live in Ashland, Oregon. We're on the road so much that we hardly get home. But when we live there regularly, Ashland's a theater town, and directors kind of knew about Donna. And when a play was heading towards dress rehearsal and the director felt like things are sort of off, they're just not clicking, they would often bring Donna in to spend just an hour with the cast. And she would teach them that technique that you just learned and other techniques that were designed to get the cast's energies all into harmony and alignment, so that they were sending out to the audience an energy that was so positive that even if it was a bad script, no one would notice.
I want to say something that I hadn't planned to say, but I'm going to say it. That was the exercise that allowed David and I to survive as a couple, because his energy would throw me off in our early days. I mean, throw me off a lot, because he's a different type of energy than I am. We all know how our mates are often very different than us. And his energy was very different than mine, and he tended to, under stress, actually go up into his head and be very clear and concise and be able to say everything clearly. And I would finally fall apart and start crying. Even his being able to stay up in his head would throw me, So, I mean, it was clearly we weren't going to make it. And one day I did that exercise instead of leaving as I was actually thinking I was going to do. And that exercise just suddenly I was clear, I wasn't scrambled, my brain was working, and I went back to meet him and had an argument, and I beat. That was the first time I ever won the argument. And so that was the exercise, because I got unscrambled. So it's really a good one. You'll find more and more things that exercise will help you about.
So Donna's been talking a lot about energy. That's the name of the course. What is energy? That's what kind of stumped me in my early days of trying to understand her work, because I understood kinetic energy, and I understood electrical energy, and I understood thermal energy, but she was talking about something different. She was talking about an energy that has intelligence. That has intelligence. No, energy just flows. It just moves. It just, you press a button there, the light goes on. It's not like it has intelligence. But she's talking about a much more subtle kind of energy that's actually been understood by traditional healing and spiritual traditions for thousands and thousands of years in recorded records. But it's very strange for our culture because we don't know how to measure these energies. We don't have instruments. We can measure electrical energy and thermal energy, but we don't know how to measure an intelligent energy in the body. We don't know how to have instruments that can track that intelligence, that can show you how it's working. But it's turning out that science, Western science, is coming very close to the Eastern understanding of energy. And one of the ways to really recognize that, it's been well known how we're really largely space. That's what we're made of, is mostly space. If you take a carbon molecule from the body and you expand it so that the nucleus is the size of a golf ball, the nearest electron is 22 miles away. All the rest is space. Now, the electron, that's recognized as energy, but the nucleus, that's thought of the matter. That's where the mass is. But what's happening now is that as scientists are getting more and more sophisticated instruments where they can look at the nature of that, of the protons and neutrons that are in that nucleus and break them down, when they go further and further down, what's the smallest particle? What's the smallest particle? They get to a point where there are no particles. These basic particles are made up of energy. That's all there is. There aren't no particles. There is no matter. We experience it as matter, but another way to think of that is this is a very dense form of energy. So everything is energy, and and what energy medicine is about is working with some of the energies that are not well known in Western thought, but that still make a difference because they govern what's happening in your body. They govern what's happening at the physical plane. So so I just wanted to establish that real early. These energies are actually very complex in the same way that your body has so many different systems. It's got the cardiovascular system, it's got the respiratory system, it's got the immune system, it has all these different systems. Well, there's a different energy governing each of those systems. There's a different energy that corresponds with each of these systems. So the energy body is very, very sophisticated kind of system that in Western medicine, we don't really think of the energy dimension of all these systems. Yet, if you understand the energy dimension, you can go right to the root of problems, right to the heart of problems, because the energy is governing what's happening on the physical. In this course, we're going to be looking at 6 different energy systems in depth. Donna worked with more than 6, but those of you that watch the free mini course have already been introduced to the 5 elements. The 5 elements are actually one system of the body. Others that we'll be covering are the meridians, which we've already talked about, a system that governs the immune response, which is called triple warmer, a system called the chakra system, well known in yoga, that we'll be talking about, a system called the radiant circuits, and a system called the aura. So we'll be covering all of those in these 8 courses. But we don't want to overwhelm you with too much information because it is a complex map. And so part of what Donna has done is figured out ways to make this user-friendly. And one of the ways when we were writing her book, Energy Medicine, and I would be kind of her consultant in that book, was I said, look, everybody's so busy. They don't have time to take this on, to make this a major part of their lives. How can we really, is there something, Donna, that we could do in 5 minutes, that a person can do in 5 minutes, that will really get all of their energy systems into a flow, get all of their energy systems optimized. If they do it every day, because energy is run in habits. And so if you do something every day, then it really will begin to establish positive energy habits. At the point where she was writing her book, she'd seen at least 10,000 clients, 90-minute sessions. She'd worked with them very deep, and she'd always give them homework. And so of the homework exercises, which ones really seemed to work for everyone? Okay, so we made a long list. Now, of those, which are the most powerful? So we shortened a list of those. Now, of those, can you choose a few of them that people could do in a short little period of time every day that would get all the energy systems into a flow, so they'd really have a positive effect on one another? And that is what she has called the daily energy routine. And that's what she's about to teach you. And every one of our sessions is going to start with leading you through the daily energy routine, and we're going to encourage you to do it every day in between the classes. But for today, it's going to be not only leading you through it, but she's also going to bring up people from the audience so she can really show you how each of them works. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say also that these techniques in the daily energy routine, the more you do them, they build up habits in your body. And I think it's critical to build up new habits because we live in a world we did not evolve to be in. We didn't evolve to be in an unnatural world. So every square inch of our atmosphere is filled with man-made electromagnetic energies that your body has to contend with. And so those energies often throw your energies off, or it might be the additives in your food, or it might be whatever toxins are in the air. Those things throw your energies off. Well, if you can build some new habits with this daily energy routine, your body can counter the energies that are coming in, and they learn how to not be affected. Your body learns not to be so vulnerable to things and can overcome. So this is really wonderful stuff to learn. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to have somebody come up just I'm going to take us through all of the different exercises, but I'm going to have to pick you because I got to pick who needs this. You. Now tell me your name.
Yoli.
Yoli. What a great name, Yoli. Okay, David, I'd like you to come here and make an X for her to be able to see.
Look at the X.
Now don't look at anything else, just keep looking at his X and hold. Do you notice that you're nice and weak, Yoli?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, David, make 2 vertical lines. Got it? Mm-hmm. And you're very strong on 2 vertical lines. That's exactly opposite of how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. 2 vertical lines should make you weak, and a crossover should make you strong. And the reason why is when you look, there is energy that crosses right here at your third eye. And when you align your energies up, they're looking from there to an X, if you're aligned, you will be strong. If you aren't, you lose your energy. Okay, so we've got to fix that. Okay, now we're going to show you a simple way. And come back, David. I'm going to do it on you, but then you're going to do it on the front of you. Okay? And if everybody would like to, no, I guess not. Okay. All right. All right. So if you have somebody who loves you who would do this for you, it would be really nice if they put their right hand on the shoulder and push in above the shoulder and then drag across to the opposite hip. Okay? 3 or 4 times. I'm going to come to this side, left over to the other side. Just get the energy crossing over. But say you don't have anybody to do this for you, you can do it for yourself. You can take your right hand and put it on your left shoulder, push in hard, and drag across the shoulder to the opposite hip.
Pushing in at the back of the shoulder.
Okay, and now on the other side, and then drag it across. You know, there's a benefit, another benefit, other than just crossing the energies over, you will find. If you carry a lot of tension in your shoulders, you will find that tension starts to go away. And you won't have that tension all there. That's a good one to do every day. But now you're going to face me, and David, put the X up there
look
again.
at the X.
All right. Healed.
Thank you.
Okay, now I want to say just how important that one is to do before any other exercises, because it's not going to work if your energy isn't crossed over. You have less than 50% capacity to heal yourself if your energies are not crossed over. So that's just to get the ball rolling, okay? So now I'm going to show you another technique in the daily energy routine. And I'm going to put 4 of them together, which is the 4 thumps. And I think we're going to take Tony, who is back here in the back of the room, and I'm going to demonstrate on him. Hi, Tony.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now you saw one of them. So we're going to, the one of thumping on your cheekbones. I won't repeat the demonstration for the ones you've seen already, but you're going to do it more like right there with a bit of it. Okay, and breathe, go. Then you're going to, oh gosh, it brings color to your cheeks too. Okay, you're going to drop down. I'm going to turn you, doesn't he look a little better? Okay, now you can, these K27 points, you can also tap these. These are 4 thumps. You're getting everything, you're getting grounded, you're making sure your energies are going in the right direction. And now the next one I'm going to demonstrate on you because we haven't had it. I think it's very interesting that Tony has this right here, because I'm going to move it out of the way, and I want you to put your fingers right there. And you hold your arm real strong, and don't let me push down, okay? Well, you've got some strength. Here, I'm going to move it down a little bit. Okay, now. What that is about, that you've got a thymus gland here. Now, you noticed when he was up a little bit higher, he held his strength. But when he comes down over where his thymus gland is, he loses it. And that's because the thymus gland, and this is where his jewelry has been sitting, which I think has been giving you energy. You hold it right there. Let's see. Yeah, that's really good for you. But say you don't have this necklace. There is something you can do. And throughout history, throughout forever, certainly gorillas, but Tarzan, they thump their thymus, right? You don't have to do it with your full fist like this, but you can tap, you can thump your thymus. Now, just a little bit lower, right? Yeah, on you. People are a little bit different. Some people are a little bit here, some people are a little bit here. But find that place that turns on your immune system. It's really important to keep you well, okay? This is the thymus thump. And I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, now, even without your necklace, laying your hands there, hold your arm. You don't even have to, you just hold it. Okay, down a little bit where you were thumping. Okay, so it's that again, it turns on not just your immune system, but it's very good for your whole energy system. It gives you vitality. The last one, let's see, I'm going to energy test you like this. And again, we're going to share how to do all of this energy testing later on. Hold your arm real strong, okay? And no fist though, because this is an energy test, it's not a muscle test. We want to see if the energy is traveling or not. Hold your arm real strong. Don't pull it to your body, I mean. Oh, that's very, very good. Now take this hand and just put it right here underneath your chest. Just now hold it real strong. So he needs some help on that. On this place, this is called the spleen tap, and it's neurolymphatic reflexes to your spleen system, and which also governs your pancreas. So it's really good for blood sugar. But if you come here, take both hands, make a 3-finger notch, and just tap right there, okay, on both sides. And that helps you metabolize anything that might not be good for you, whether it's outside your body and you're breathing in, or you have eaten anything, or somebody else's negativity. It's really good. And you can tell it, by the way, when you really need it, you can tell these things. It's like right now, I'm getting some chill bumps on my arms, which I'll tell you something, spleen is very, very vulnerable to heat. And I'm standing here in the heat, and that literally has started giving me chill bumps. I'm going to keep going because I know when I need this. I'll tell you a quick story. Many years ago, I was going out on a stage in London, and there were well over 400 people in the audience. I didn't know anybody, and I was going out to teach, and the whole city of London had had the flu, and I was feeling so good that I didn't get it. And as I started walking out, I knew I had the flu. Oh no, I've got 2 days I'm supposed to teach. And as I went out, I started tapping, just fast and furiously, and everybody was having no idea what I was doing. I could hardly talk. I felt like very, very nauseated, and I just kept tapping, and I kept tapping until I felt, whoa, I'm back again, and I feel good again. These are great points. Now put your hand there again, and let's see if you hold it. Now turn it this way, hold real strong. Hold. Yes. All right. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, thank you.
Now remember them, okay?
All right.
Huh?
Show how fast it can be done.
Okay, come back here. So this is that. It takes more time when you're demonstrating and talking about why these are good. But this doesn't take any time at all. We're going to do them together. Tap on your cheekbones at least 1 or 2 deep breaths. That's enough. Come to K27. Yeah, at least 1 deep breath. And then come to your thymus. And then to your spleen points. And now you're perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. And now, the cross crawl, okay? Now, let's see. I would like somebody who would like to be tested on this who's not been up here yet. You want to be up here? Yeah, come on over here. Now I'm watching you walk, and you walk exactly right. When you walk, you're meant to do a crossover pattern. But, come here, sometimes when you're dealing with a lot of things, hold your arm real strong. You walked correctly, but you're still nice and weak. So what I want you to do is just hit the opposite knee just to get it going, and making sure you're crossing over and breathing. It's perfect. Okay, that's enough. Now, hold. Okay, that's really good. Now, because you're a woman, I want to show you something. I want to show you how easily this one can get thrown. Okay, does anybody have a shoulder bag that they brought with them? Anybody got a shoulder bag? Oh, good. We're going to get a shoulder bag, and what you're going to do, now let's see, you're starting really strong, right? Now put the shoulder bag on and just walk around and come back to me. Yeah, doesn't matter, however you would, okay. Okay, just walk around and come back to me. I'll get out of here. We'll do a dance, okay? Now take this shoulder bag off, and you'll see a shoulder bag takes your energies away. And that's why it's so valuable to do a cross crawl. I mean, now you're not going to be ready for whatever you're supposed to be doing next. And as women, we so often wear a shoulder bag. So when you get to your destination, if you've got a shoulder bag on, do a cross crawl. Yeah, and breathe. All right. And if you are all day long carrying things like that, you probably have gone homolateral, which is that state of being where your energies are not crossing over, okay? That first exercise we did. So you want to really cross over. You can reach up here and also, okay, let's see if you've got it down. All right, healed. Thank you. Okay. And now we did the Wayne Cook posture before. It's the one where you sit down and you cross everything over on the right leg over on the left, and the left over the right, and then you put your hands up here. We're going to do the short method. And if you might remember that you have seen children do this. And that is, if you put your left hand out in front of you and turn it backwards, and your right hand over that, clasp your fingers and pull them up like this. I mean, I've seen kids even sleep this way. And it's an unconscious sort of need to get balanced again. And so if you just hold like this and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time. And then bring your hands down to your third eye and do the same breathing. Now bend your fingers into your forehead. Push in hard and pull them across to your temples and let them go. Now the next one, you're going to just move right into it, into the crown pull. So can I have a volunteer? Who's going to come up? Yeah, sure, come up. You're actually perfect. Okay.
My name's Susan.
Susan, hi Susan, thank you. Okay, hold your arm real strong. All right, Susan's strong. So I'm just gonna go over the top of her head and see what she's got going in her noggin. And all this means is, by the way, it could mean several things. It could mean that you've gone through a lot in your head and your head gets crammed. It gets crammed. You're meant to breathe on these suture lines on your head, and oxygen's meant to flow through. And when not, you just cram on your head. The other thing is, if you've got a lot of, your head's gotten overstuffed, you will show that you're weak there too. So from this place where we were before, where we pushed in and pulled across to our temples, we're going to come to the hairline and push in and pull out. And now you don't have to pull out as far, but you're going to go across the midline, just push in and pull out a bit, but with some real pressure, pushing in and pulling out, pushing in and pulling out, and keep it up. And go all the way across the back of your head, pushing in and pulling out, pushing in and pulling out. And come all the way to your neck and push in and pull to the sides until you're finally on your shoulders. And then you take a deep breath in, push in on your shoulders, drag them across and land on your heart chakra. Doesn't that help?
It does.
I'll tell you another secret about that. I'll test her in a minute, but that if you have any small intestine problems, that's one of the best things you can do for small intestine. It's like, it just helps you digest the food that you've been taking in. And so I'm going to see.
Wow.
Yes. Yay. Thank you so much, Susan.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now we have a system in the body called the neurolymphatic reflexes. And some people will make it a part of their daily energy routine to do all of the neurolymphatics. Others want to just choose a few daily. And I've actually heard people say that they like that better. Just choose a different one daily and start that energy flowing. But the neurolymphatic reflex system governs the circulation of your lymph. And it doesn't have a pump of its own. Our hearts have a pump that pumps the blood, but the only thing that pumps the lymph is either exercise, and hard exercise, or massaging the points. That's it. So it's very easy to massage them. So I'm going to, maybe I'll go through all of them on the front of the body, on the front, but you don't need them all. And then I'll come back to the ones that I tend to go to, okay? So the first thing, if you take your, I think I need to test somebody. How about, anybody need to be tested here? Would you like to be tested? Come on over. All right, hi, what's your name?
Angela.
Oh, you're Angela. Hi, Angela. Yes. Okay, yes. for the camera. No. Okay. Hold your arm strong, Angela. Hold. Okay. Oh, you're kind of strong. You're kind of weak too. So I'm going to come right here, and you tell me if there's any tenderness there.
Yeah.
You can do this on yourself. Go over there and massage these points. It's right where you would sew the arm to the body if you were going to stitch. Okay? And usually you don't hurt yourself as much as somebody else coming in with other energy.
Yeah.
Doing it to yourself is a little bit easier. But why these are so great is because these influence all the others. Every other neurolymphatic reflex in the body is influenced by these, because this is on central meridian, and central meridian is both a meridian, but it's also something called a radiant circuit that I will explain much more later on. But that's really good. That's enough on that side. Now on this side, you can do it on this side. Okay. So these are really, really good ones to do. Yeah. And again, it makes this flow. The lymph, when it flows, it carries toxins out of the body that you have taken in. So it could be stress, it could be different foods you've eaten, whatever. Okay. So let me see if you're strong now. Isn't that something? Now I'm going to give you just a few more. I want you to touch right there and see if you're strong. And then you can drop right below it. And how about over here on this side? Hold. And now right here. Now where she's touching is right in between the ribs here, right in between the ribs. And this governs both gallbladder meridian, which governs also the organ, and the lungs. So if you massage right in here, and it doesn't hurt as much.
No. I still feel that though.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Okay, I want to give you one more, okay? Put your fingers right here on the front. Okay, hold your arm real strong. Okay, this is the what is this called? Sternum. This is the sternum. And you want to massage the sternum, and it gives you longevity. So, I mean, so that you can, like, say you're having to be in a race, and you're losing your strength and your energy and your vitality, start massaging here and you'll get back. I used to work with swimmers and racing, and this is the one that would give them their breath longer so they could go much longer. Okay, so let's see now. We'll put your fingers here and test. Yes, and right over here where it was, yep. Okay, and now over here. All right, thank you. So you'll see on your chart, you'll see a chart that has all your lymphatics on them. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to show you a few more lymphs. Who else would like to come up? All right, come on. David, I'm going to want you on this one, okay? Let's see, where do I want to check on you? Okay, I want you to put your fingers right there. And let me see if you hold your arm.
Now what this test is that you've seen Donna use the energy test before, but this is called energy localizing. So when you touch a point, what this is showing is whether the energy is flowing optimally through that point or not. So that's
Okay.
why she can get very specific information about the body.
Now you tell me, what's your name?
Jill.
Jill! Okay, Jill. Tell me, Jill, are you very good at bending over and touching the floor and all that stuff?
I'm okay.
Let's see how far you can go. That's pretty good. So everybody see where she's at, okay? Now she's going to do two things. Again, the lymphatic reflexes affect different organs and different parts in the body. So small intestine meridian is not just for the small intestines, it's the entire abdominal cavity here. So you're first going to take your fingers and massage, bend them underneath and massage underneath the rib cage. And notice if you have any tenderness there. If you do, it's about your small intestine. Okay, let me see. Did you get them as good as me? Almost.
No. I
Okay. Okay. Now the other place is right in between your legs here. So you're going to just push in on the inside of your legs and notice if you're tender. Anybody tender?
Yes.
Okay. Now bend over.
Ooh.
And it starts making you more and more flexible because it's all these things also govern the muscles and everything else. So that's a really good one. These points and on the inside of your legs will just help the energies that are in your whole abdominal area just drain. Okay, all right, thank you. Let's do one more on large intestine. Okay, come on up. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you over here. Actually, I want you to hold on to my, now put up your leg like that. Don't let me push down. Do you notice? I can push your leg down. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get some flowing going in your legs, okay? And help this affects your large intestine. This is your large intestine neurolymphatic reflexes. You may not like what's going to happen to you next. No. Okay, I'm going to do it for you. And then David will, is there any tenderness on them?
Yes.
Yes. So it's just right on the seam line of your pants to your knees. Now I'm going to do it again. You hold on to me so I can hold on to something. Now David's going to show you how you can do this to make it feel better. And I'm going to get you on this side first. So you want to go in deep, but David, you share this.
Okay, so that's one way to do is really do it real hard. Some people can't tolerate that, and particularly people that are ill, sometimes it's just too much to get going. So there's something called the dental floss technique. And in the dental floss technique, you actually just use your hands on both sides like that, and you just go back and forth.
So you're getting small intestine and
You're
large
getting
intestine.
small intestine and large intestine. And you just go all the way down. So it doesn't hurt as much, but energetically, it's still getting the effect. Okay, and then on the other side.
Does it feel better?
Yeah, it made me really hot.
Yeah. You know, she said it made her really hot. In another session, we'll explain this much better about triple warmer. But when you do something that releases some energy that really needs to be released, often you can get hot because the energy, triple warmer, holds on to the old stresses and things. And when it releases, you often get really hot. I got hot on you just doing that. I thought, wow, I'm wondering. Okay.
Did you want to test her?
Oh, yes, I do. All right, put up your leg again and hold. That's good, thank you. All right.
Okay, there's another way to work these points that, particularly the small intestine points. And I'll just show that to you because it's very effective. You put your thumbs out like this, put your hands like that, and then put your hands in that position so that you have the power, the strength of your legs to push in, and you make little circles. And that way you can really get that. And it doesn't hurt as much, does it? It still might hurt, but it doesn't hurt as much as when Donna does it. Okay? And that has the same effect. So we've spent a lot of time on these neurolymphatic points, and actually in most people's daily routine, it only is maybe 30 seconds or so, 45
So
seconds.
picking where you want
yeah,
to go.
so why don't you review it real fast so that people know.
Reviewing real fast. First, you can massage right here where the arm comes to the body. You just do it a few times. You don't have to do them over and over and over. And then you can go in between the rib cage here and massage on your in between the ribs, and that governs lungs and gallbladder. And then right down the middle on your sternum is the lungs. And if they hurt, by the way, you need it. Nobody needs to energy test you. Let's see, how about, here's one that I didn't give. But if you take your thumbs and go right on your bra line, okay, that's on the right side, you're really affecting liver. On the left side, you're affecting stomach. Drop one rib below that, right in line with your breasts, and that's spleen. Now, again, you know if one hurts you, you know that's the one you need. So this is a real good, biofeedback tool to let you know what's happening in your body. And then I'll go small intestine and bladder. So I'll do like David just did, crossing your wrists and just push your legs in and out. And small intestine. And right here, this is also small intestine under your rib cage. They really help with your flexibility and letting go a lot of toxins. And the last one is large intestine down the sides. Okay? All right.
So that's the whole set of them, but in your daily routine, you might only do one or two. And there's actually another reason to do fewer, particularly if you've been ill, is that these points release toxins so that your body can get rid of those toxins, but it puts them into your lymph system and your bloodstream. So you don't want to do too much. You don't want to overwhelm your system. So start out with just one or two, and then what you'll find over time is they don't hurt as much. You'll do it, that hurt a few days ago, it doesn't hurt now. Then it's time, then you've really cleared it, and it's time to move on to the next one. So you can do those real
But I really
fully.
want to repeat what he just said. Like right now I'm way too hot. It's like having done them all, it's like it's almost overloads your system sometimes. It's much better to just do 2 or 3 a day, and then the next day go to some more, because it's always good for you. It's going to be good for me, but you might want to, take a little break or something, because your body then has to, it's interesting. I just thought of something. The one that was the sorest on me was spleen. And spleen deals with metabolizing. So I was not, things weren't metabolizing as quick as I wanted to, but that gives me information that, I really want to massage those points. All right, how about a demo subject? Have you been up? Who hasn't been up? You haven't been up.
Was up.
But with the 4, right? Yes. You were with the 4, though. That doesn't count. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the last 2 on the daily energy routine. And so I'm going to test you right here. You hold your arm out like that, fingers like that, and don't let me push in, okay? Okay, try it one more time. Okay. How about on this side? Okay, hold, boing, and boing. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Now this one, we're going to go into much more detail later about this. But for now, I just want you to know that this meridian that runs up the front of your body is really important for so many reasons. First of all, it affects everything. It's these lymphatics right here on your arm are on that meridian. And this, it also is something called a radiant circuit, which we will talk about later. But this protects you. This energy protects you. If this energy is running strong in your body, you're just protected from stuff out there that can get you, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I just want you to just take a deep breath in and draw it up your body to the bottom lip. One more time. And this is a great time, by the way, to give an affirmation if you want to say, I'm beautiful as I can be. Okay, now watch. So it's great. Okay, yes. Now, the last one that goes with it, and I'm going to just smash your nose, okay? Let me have your arm. Hold your arm real strong. Okay, this meridian that we just did, it hooks up with another energy meridian that goes up your back and over your head, over your nose, to the back of your throat. When they're hooked up, then you create a field that goes around your body this way, and it's really important to be for vitality, for stability, for just being centered and great. So did you notice you lost your energy on that? Okay, so you're going to put your finger in your belly button And your other here at the third eye, push both in and pull them up. This is a great thing to do whenever you're feeling like you're coming apart. You know, it just hooks you up again. So at least 3 breaths. Okay, and what that does, boing. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So what are you going to remember to do?
I'm going to remember to come up,
Zip
Zip
yourself
up.
up.
underneath the lip
Yeah.
3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to tap my nose.
You don't need to tap it. That's the
But
test.
then 1 finger on the belly button, 1 finger on the third eye,
Yes.
and pull
That's
in
good.
and up.
That's right. It hooks the energy up at the back of your throat. So now you have a microscopic orbit that goes around your body. And it's very protective.
Thank you.
And good for your love life. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you just how fast you can do that daily routine. Okay? So you're just going to start. You're just going to pull your energy over and cross over. And then you're going to do 4 thumps. And now you're going to cross crawl. All right? And now you're going to, or you can do the long version, either version, but. One more time. And then bring your thumb down to your third eye and do the same breathing. One more time. Now bend your fingers into your forehead, drag them across to your temples. And now you're going to continue on with the crown pull. You're going to come up here and pull across. And you're going to push in and pull out just a bit and keep traveling across your head. Now I want to say, well, no, I better keep going, and then I'll tell you afterwards. And then come to here. And next is now the neurolymphatic reflexes. We're going to just do a few since we piled them on earlier. We're just going to do right here, where your arm stitches to your body. And let's skip all the way through and just do the lymphatics on the side of the leg. Again, you can pick just a few each day. Okay, and now we're going to zip up, and then we're going to hook up. You know, I just cannot say enough for that hookup, because it'll bring you back to yourself. If you're feeling off, like I'm just going to be honest here, I mean, things will always happen to all of us. And I'm not great under heat, and we're under heat lamps here. And so I got thrown off a couple of times when I would do them. And when I did the unscrambler, it actually scrambled me further. And I thought, oh, I need to do that a little bit longer. I need to sit down and do the regular one. So, but when I got to here, I'm okay again. And it doesn't matter that I'm under heat lamps, or no, I guess not heat lamps, but that's really important to grasp, that whatever you're going through, you can do something for yourself to get your energies back and restore yourself. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, to review, what have we learned today? We've really covered a lot of territory, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay, we started out talking about what energy is and looking at how you can affect a person's energy with just moving your hands. And
yes, and tracing the meridian forward and backwards. Everybody can do that. Everybody can do that.
And then we saw how just walking forward or walking backwards really shifts the energy if a person is off. It will really throw them off. And we saw how reading can actually convey to the listener what it is that is going on inside the reader's body. So that was amazing.
I mean, they may not know it. The person who is getting read to does not always know what the other person's going through. They only know that, oh my God, I don't feel good. I want to get out of here, you know. And so it's really, I mean, we all affect one another.
And then we learned all the parts of the daily energy routine. So that's a lot. You might want to review the tape. You might want to go through that a few times, but we're going to practice it each week. We're going to start each session with it. So you'll get a lot more of that. But if you are able to really start to use it, I think you'll get more out of the course over the long run. And in the next class, you're going to review the daily energy routine, and then we're going to learn about clearing energies, balancing energies, and grounding yourself, grounding your energies. Now, we've covered a lot of material today, and I'm sure that you have many questions about different pieces of it. And so I want to start by asking the people in the audience, in the live audience, to share a few questions with us so we can get you started to think about, well, what do I need to understand better?